The right abilities in Elite Redux can make or break a Pokemon. Some even need multiple solid abilities to make them viable. But there are just some abilities in this game that are so overpowered that having just one of them can make any Pokemon scary to go up against. I mean, I've already made a bunch of other videos covering them, and today I have 10 more broken abilities in Elite Redux. Speed is one of the most important stats in Pokemon. If you can attack before your opponent, you have a huge advantage. That's why Trick Room and Tailwind are such important moves. So an ability that forces an opponent to move last is extremely useful. Know Your Place is the signature ability of Mega Slacking and will force any Pokemon that it makes contact with to move last for 5 turns. This is a death sentence for any fragile Pokemon that needs to outspeed or it'll get one shot. Mega Slacking isn't a glass cannon either. With 130 HP and over 105 in both defenses, it's most likely going to survive at least one hit, and with Truant, it's going to have to. With its 210 attack stat, nothing is going to survive more than 2 shots from it. This can be really strong in doubles. If both Pokemon get hit with a Pokemon with Know Your Place, they're both in a really bad spot. Mega Slacking already has a base stat total of 750, and this ability just makes it even scarier. Removing all of a Pokemon's super effective weaknesses will instantly make them better, especially if they're really tanky and can take multiple hits to get through them. This makes Gifted Mind the greatest ability any Psychic type can get. Gifted Mind completely nullifies all of Psychic's weaknesses. Bug, Dark, and Ghost moves will have zero effect on any Pokemon with it. It used to be the exclusive ability for Mega Slowking. With its unbelievable 180 in special defense paired with 95 in HP, trying to use special attacks against it is a recipe to get swept. A few other Pokemon now get access to Gifted Mind in the newest update, that being Oranguru, Mega Orbeetle, and Galarian Articuno. Although Articuno and Orbeetle have more weaknesses than just the ones from Psychic. But losing all of its weaknesses isn't what makes this ability truly broken. What takes Gifted Mind to the next level is that it gives all status moves 100% accuracy. Mega Orbeetle gets Hypnosis and ties Mew for the fastest Pokemon in the game with a guaranteed sleep move. If it wasn't for Sleep Claws, Mega Orbeetle could solo a majority of battles. As you know, a burn can absolutely destroy a Pokemon. A physical attacker that relies heavily on big hits cannot afford to get burned, making it one of the strongest status conditions to inflict. That's why it's harder to inflict. Flame Body only has a 30% chance to activate, Will-O-Wisp only has an 85% chance to hit, which is solid, but still not perfect, and no move has a 100% burn chance. Burning Bulwark can always burn, but can easily be avoided. All of this is what makes Hot Coals such a busted ability. Hot Coals activates on switch in and sets a trap that will burn the next Pokemon coming in. There's really not much you can do after this. Your physical attackers are really locked into the party until you either send out someone else to take the burn or have a way to cure it. Fire types can also be used to absorb them, but there's no limits to this. You can always swap back in later and set the Hot Coals again, burning multiple Pokemon. Plus, the AI isn't really smart enough to avoid it. The only 2 Pokemon with this ability are Colossal and the new evolution for Torkoal, Toward Temple. Having either of these on your team can instantly make it better. In the last broken ability video, I talked about one of Mega Arbok's new abilities and how powerful it is because of it. But what if I told you Mega Arbok has another broken ability that's exclusive to it? Petrify will not only clear stat buffs on entry, stopping sweepers who have already set up, or tanky Pokemon that have built up their defenses, but will also lower their speed by 1. We already talked about how important speed is in a Pokemon battle, so having an ability that instantly lowers it is extremely valuable. Mega Arbok can shut down a boosted up sweeper and then take them out since it'll have a good chance to be faster than them. If you want even more out of this ability, try using it in doubles to put 2 Pokemon in a bad spot. It would be nice to see more Pokemon get this ability in the future. If you ever play Elite Redux, you would know that focus sashes are everywhere, disrupting sweepers and killing one of your strongest attackers. Well, one of the best ways to get through them is using moves that hit multiple times, but multi-hit moves are either too weak or unreliable. The ability Dual Wield solves both of these problems. Dual Wield will make all Keen Edge or Mega Launcher boosted moves hit twice, each at 75% power, granting a 50% increase to power for all of these moves. So they can easily take out a Pokemon with or without a sash. Pokemon like Magmortar can use Dual Wield to boost its 100 base power Searing Shot. Mega Gallade can use its variety of slashing moves like Sacred Sword, Leaf Blade, Excalibur, and Psycho Cut. A Pokemon like Levani even has Keen Edge already, so its boosted up slashing moves can take advantage of this. It's not a rare ability either, as Kabutops, Ceruledge, Iron Valiant, Iron Exo, and Mega Redux King Gambit get it. You always gotta keep it in mind when fighting Pokemon with it. Fluffy is already considered a great ability. As long as you avoid fire moves, Cutting down contact moves' power is very solid. Fluffiest is the upgraded version of this ability. Exclusive to Redux v2.5's new evolution, the Warden, Fluffiest quarters the damage from contact moves, making most physical attacks do basically nothing against it. But Warden also has 130 in HP, so this is one of the tankiest fairy types you can have. The one downside is with more fluff comes more weakness to fire. Fire moves are 4 times effective on Pokemon with Fluffiest. As long as you stay away from any open flames, Fluffiest is a top tier ability. Serene Grace doubling the chance of secondary effects is already considered an amazing boost to have for most Pokemon, but imagine how powerful it would be to double the power of the effects of the moves themselves. The ability Subdue doubles the effect of all stat dropping moves, so instead of a move like Lunge dropping the opponent's attack by 1 stage, it actually gets dropped by 2, or a move like Memento will drop their attack and special attack by 4 stages instantly. This can very quickly destroy a Pokemon's ability to attack, or a Pokemon like Spidops can use String Shot to cut their speed all the way down to nothing. You can see how this can be really strong, especially in doubles, as a Pokemon like Mesprit can be even better at supporting. Serena Delphox is so good with Subdue because of Mystical Fire. The Pokemon that is the absolute greatest at using it though is Gumshoe's new evolution, Goose Chase. Subdue is actually an innate ability for it, and it gets Intimidate and Scare as a choice ability. Subdue actually affects both of those, and Goose Chase can actually drop a Pokemon's attack stats just by entering the field. It's insane. HM moves were always hit or miss. Like Cut and Rock Smash were always just really bad to have on any Pokemon, while Surf and Waterfall are really solid moves to have on a Pokemon. Well, all the weaker HM moves have been buffed, and when they're used by a Pokemon with the Field Explorer ability, they become much better. Field Explorer boosts all HM moves by 50%, basically throwing on a free choice item for any Pokemon with it. Swampert now gets 127 base power Stab Waterfall and 165 base power Stab Dive. This goes for Whiscash and Seeking as well. It's nuts. Cut was changed to be a 60 base power Steel move that always crits, and Keldeo takes full advantage of this, especially since it has Mystic Blades, increasing its power and making it special. Wugtrio and Linoone both get access to the new version of Strength, which is a 110 base power Rock move. It lowers both defenses like Close Combat, but 165 base power is worth it. While not a ton of really powerful Pokemon get access to it, Field Explorer is still a top tier ability. Like I said before, burning a Pokemon is one of the best ways to stop a physical attacker. Flame Body was always a solid ability that could punish any physical attacker that makes contact with a Pokemon that has it. It's only a 30% chance, but in Elite Redux, it also works on offense. A great ability made even better. However, there's another upgraded version of this, that being Daybreak. Daybreak is the signature ability of Solrock system and will burn a Pokemon 100% of the time if they make contact with it. Physical attackers basically have no choice but to switch out against Solrock system or they die. You can always outspeed it, but just like Flame Body, Daybreak also works on offense, so a priority move like a Cell Rock can be used to get a quick burn. Luckily, this absurd ability is only on one Pokemon that is locked to debug mode or late game, but it's always a randomizer possibility. Most moves that have low accuracy have been upgraded in Elite Redux to either have perfect accuracy or near perfect accuracy. Moves like Overheat going from 90% to 100%, or a move like Stone Edge going from 80% to 90%. What if an ability gave all moves perfect accuracy? No Guard already exists, but that has a downside of granting the opponent perfect accuracy on you as well. Deadeye completely solves this issue. With Deadeye, every move hits. Mega Cinderace can use it to have perfect accuracy on its Pyro Ball. Both Inteleon and its Mega can use Deadeye to ensure Focus Blast loses its Focus Miss nickname. This isn't all Deadeye does though. Deadeye also lets all arrow and cannon moves hit the weaker of a foe's defense, so a special or physical wall is no longer able to be safe as they are vulnerable. Decidueye and its plethora of arrow moves really appreciates having this ability. Porygon Z is the only other Pokemon with Deadeye, and with access to a 50% accurate Zap Cannon, it's always a threat. With each update, more and more broken abilities are being added, and there are still plenty more to talk about, so subscribe for more videos in the future. Don't forget to like the video and shout out to our members. I will see you in the next one. Peace.